Hey guys, how are we doing?
Welcome to Baz and Sunny.
Real talk.
Hope you're all
Episode
well.
2.
Yeah, we had some great feedback on episode 1, guys.
Episode 1.
So much.
We were back, bitches.
Literally, just whilst I was sat here, whilst Jackie was setting up the camera, I was just reading back some of the DMs we've received about episode 1, and they're absolutely heartwarming.
It's true, they are very heartwarming. Thank you very much, guys. Really appreciate the love.
It's the messages and stuff like that that encourage us to keep doing this stuff. As much
definitely.
as we love it, we love to hear your lot's feedback. So don't feel like you can never not message us. Like, message us and even drop us suggestions of things that you want to hear us talk about. We're so open to suggestions, aren't we?
Definitely, man, 100%.
Like we said, don't forget, keep messaging and sharing it if anyone wants to come on the podcast with us and talk about their business.
We have got a few people that have already reached out, but anybody else, please just keep on messaging us. We will be in touch and let's make stuff happen.
We've got quite a little list going on now.
It's going to be good, man. It's going to be interesting.
Either arranging to go to people's locations or to get them to come here.
Definitely. But anyway, we were meant to obviously interview somebody, but breaking news, obviously, I don't know if you already know, but Sunny has been hosting a singles night. The first one's obviously done. The second one is very imminent.
Yeah, we spoke about it last week, didn't we? So we already spoke about the fact that we do singles night. However, just before we were about to film now, I was just going through some of the applicants, and basically this second one that I've got planned has been sorry, my phone's on loud. This second one's been a bit of a roller coaster of emotion. So I booked it, and then I found out that I booked it during half term, because loads of people messaging me saying they can't make it during half term because they're planning on going away. And then I changed the date to Thursday the 3rd of November, and yesterday I found out that there's a rail strike, and I was like, oh my God, what is my life? Because obviously a lot of people come in to Birmingham on train. And then today I found out that the rail strike's been cancelled. So it's another day. So we're going ahead. And then just as we were about to come in here, we were like, you know what, let's talk about the singles night. Let's tell everyone about it and what it was like. So hit it back. What was the vibe like with the first one?
It was a great vibe, man. You know what? We weren't even sure. Like, when Sunny obviously first mentioned this idea to me, I was like, I'm not really sure if it's going to work or if we've got the time to dedicate to it. But I think, to be fair, obviously Sunny's head in this project is her thing. It's not Seema from Mumbai, it's Sunny from Dudley.
Sunny from Wolves.
Sunny from Wolves. It sounds better, isn't it? Mumbai, Dudley, that kind of thing. Yeah, Sunny from Dudley. And you know what? It was a success. I think the feedback, the fact that obviously we were nervous going into it as well, but everybody there was equally as nervous, because I think this is the first time they'd ever been to some event like this as well. I think people that don't really normally go to these kind of events just came, and it was good. It was a success.
Yeah, so what we want to do is talk to you guys about that night, just in case you guys are a bit on the fence about coming, or you know people that are single that are also on the fence, or maybe you don't even know about it. So we're going to tell you a little bit more about it. So the idea came off the back of an Instagram post one day. Someone sent me a message saying, hey Sunny, do you have any single family members? I sent her a message back saying, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. Sorry, my phone is ringing. I can't think of anyone off the top of my head. However, just send me in, and then I just put a little box on saying if anyone's single, send in their their age, location, or what have you, and we'll try and hook
ASL, if you know, you know.
Oh God, do you remember? Did you do ASL?
No, never.
We were only little kids back then, when ASL was a thing, and literally, I feel like we used to say it to random people and then not do it.
Did you? You say it to random people?
No, you go on these chat. I can't even remember what those chat rooms are called. Do you remember back in the day?
I don't really go to no funky ass chat rooms either, to be honest.
Baz, how would you know about ASL? Well, on MSN or whatever, you just put it all in and you just do nothing with that information. But we're only 14, 13 years old. That was when the internet just became a thing, Mad, we're old, aren't we?
Go on, carry on, man.
So then off the back of that, loads of people sent me in their criteria, and you know what, I thought, why don't we just bring them all together? So we hosted the first night, everyone that came in, so we had loads of applications, we had well over 200 applications, and we sifted through them all, and then for this one, I put a group together that was similar age range. I really put my heart and soul into ensuring that everyone had, based on their criteria, there were people there, both a really equal mix of male, equal mix of females, and based on everyone's criteria, you know that it's going to be worth your attendance. There were a lot of people that I just said, look, I'm going to put you into a different group and we'll host another day, because I just didn't want to waste anyone's time, and that's so important to me. The way that we're running...
Waste someone's time or waste someone's money, at the end of the day, waste someone's effort. We don't just throw people into a room and just there's no one for them there, obviously, it doesn't make sense.
There were people out there I could see that based on what they requested, I couldn't guarantee that there was going to be someone there like that. So I just said to them, look, I don't want to waste your time just in case. So I'm putting a lot of effort into making sure it's the right mix of people. The way we've structured it is that you've got nothing to lose. You simply go onto the website, you put in all your details, you put in your criteria. I'll just print out all the applications and I'll go through every single one, so you don't have to pay anything. You don't have to do it. It's just costing 2 minutes of your time, if that, and then I will contact you based on that, whether or not I'm going to invite you to this event or future events that I do on people that are similar to you. So everyone came that day. We had about 60 people that I dwindled it down to that I thought that were a good match for each other. Everyone came in a little bit nervous, a little bit like awkward, and then Baz and I just spoke to them about how they should feel relaxed, and everyone just be yourself, and equally don't judge people based on that first experience of seeing people, because obviously people do get a little bit nervous, don't they?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's just, just be yourself and just enjoy it, just enjoy the evening, and the best thing that can come out of it is hopefully you find somebody. But if you don't, you may leave with some friends, you may make with either for business or for social. I think for the last 2 years, a lot of people obviously been stuck inside COVID, lockdown, and I think just separate to that as well, I think if you feel kind of doing mundane tasks where you're going to work and going to the gym, going back home, and you're not seeing different people, having a variety of people, then I don't expecting how you're meant to find people. I mean, we're so fortunate that we didn't have to go through that life of sitting on your phone swiping all this shit. And it was just a mad period. Like now, I see some people dating. I feel like it's so hard. Some people out there, so I definitely feel for them. But yeah, I think, definitely it's just a relaxed atmosphere to meet people. And, if you find somebody obviously afterwards, then happy days. If you don't, then if you go into some situations positively, then you'll come out with a positive outcome. That's what I always say.
Absolutely. So I had a couple of people that applied, and then when I sent them the details saying you've been invited, I feel like you've got great matches there that would be suitable for you. I phoned them and told them, and one guy I specifically remember speaking to him, he was like, oh, I'm really nervous, I just don't think I'm going to come, I just don't have the confidence, like I'm even nervous speaking to you on the phone, I just feel really nervous. And I just said to him, look, what have you got to lose? Either stay at home, watch TV and just do the same thing you do every single day, or just put yourself in a position where you'll be talking to people, meeting other people. We'll make it very relaxed. We go and we mingle with the boys and girls that are there as well. So if at any time people feel awkward or anything like that, they can come and chill and chat with us, or we'll put people together so you don't have to actively go and chat to someone. We basically are doing it in such a way that, imagining if it was us that were single, like what kind of environment we would like to be in, and it would be somewhere that's very relaxed, very calm and very fun, and that's what we've created. So yes, and that guy that I spoke to, he did end up coming, and he had a great time, and he had lots of connections made that day. So yeah, it was a really, really great event. So what advice, Baz, would you give to any guy that's a bit in two minds about coming?
I think from a guy's perspective, some guys feel like it's a bit like, a bit gay in it to be going there, or a bit like, just like not about themselves. It's a bit like, they feel like, oh yeah, they don't want to put themselves out there. They don't want to be putting themselves out there saying, you know what, I don't want to tell any of my friends that I'm going to this, or don't want to be kind of singled out or just be made fun of. But I feel like it's just, you're just going out there networking, you're just going out, but you're doing it in a space where you know that everybody in the room is inside the same boat. I mean, that was what, for me, if I was on that side of it, I'd be like, well, every girl that's here is single. So you're not like in a club or a bar or anywhere like that approaching the wrong person, not knowing if they've got anybody, or just making awkward situations. Everybody's there, but the girls are there looking for the same thing, what you're looking for. So that just already kind of makes it, you're already one step closer to obviously finding somebody. And then after that, it's about being confident and just just talking to people and just telling them about yourself, and trying to open up as much as possible, obviously, as you can. Obviously people will be nervous, but just be what you can, really. That's
really good, and I think what Baz said there is really true, because I've got so far so many more girls are applying than guys, and I think quite a few guys have been surprised by that, because a lot of the people who are there, they said they've been to other dating events before, and they've literally been so many guys there and like 5 women. I would never do that. If that was ever the case for our events, I wouldn't even host the event. It's really important to me that it's a really 50-50 mix, without a doubt, and obviously everyone's there looking for the same thing, and they've got similar criteria and requests, really. But I think that's so true. I think a lot of guys are just a bit nervous about putting themselves out there, and obviously they have to go in there by themselves. They can't go there with their lads, because it's only single people allowed in that room. You can go there, you can do the journey with a friend. However, the friend, unless they're single, they can't be in the room. I only want it to be singles, because at the end of the day, you don't want a guy to look at someone, start chatting to someone, then realise that they're taken halfway through. There's just no point. So it's basically a night out, a casual, relaxed night out, knowing that everyone there's single and there for the same reason.
Yeah.
Rather than before, you could go out on a night out, someone could catch your eye, you could end up chatting to them, and then suddenly their massive hench boyfriend might come out from the toilet and be like, what are you chatting to my missus for? And then knock you out. Do you know what I mean? We don't want any of that. We don't want... that could happen.
It's true. It could happen.
And then suddenly you're like, oh God, sorry, I didn't know. And it could be absolute chaos.
Or you end up knocking the boyfriend out.
Yeah.
And then taking her.
Oh God, Baz, that would be awful.
Yeah, it would be awful, wouldn't it?
Yeah, obviously.
It's two sides to every story.
Anything could happen, basically. So want there to be no beef, basically.
Yeah, basically, look,
have a laugh.
it's a place where everybody's on the same page, everybody's looking for the same thing, and what you put in is what you get out. So
and we've done research on other events and other sites and other people that have done this before in the past, and they are quite rigid. So a few people there, they've said they've done things in like the Gurdwara, single nights there and stuff.
The Gurdwara gave me jokes.
What?
That person was saying that when they did it in the Gurdwara, where they said that obviously you go with your parents, and then their parents sitting at the other side of the room, and then the Pai is walking in between saying, "How old are you? How old are you? I'm 30. You're 30." That's it, man.
Sit there with both parents straight away.
And next minute you're upstairs in Hall 4, Sedgwick Street, doing Anand College. It's a bit mad.
That part doesn't happen. But like, obviously the Gurdwara settings are quite formal and stuff like that, whereas ours are very relaxed. So if anyone's interested, like I said, we've got a real mixed bag of people. So we've got from 25 all the way upwards, like literally to your 60s, because at the end of the day, anything can happen through people's lives. People who have got kids, people who have been divorced, people who are widowed, people that are literally never been in a relationship before and they're just looking for people. Just people that are out there looking for love, but at the same time, they just haven't been able to find it. Doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with you. Doesn't mean that you should feel awkward. I genuinely feel that if I didn't meet Baz when I met Baz, I feel like how would I meet someone? Because you just do your same stuff all the time. You go out.
100%, you do the same stuff, and obviously Sonny tried to friend zone me as well, but I parred that.
I think you love that line.
No, I'm just saying, but I'm saying like it's true though. No, I'm saying like true.
You probably will look back at previous male relationships you've had and you think, oh God, maybe I did put him in a friend zone and I didn't give him a chance. Because obviously, just from a woman's perspective, you might be a bit like, well, I'm not 100% sure. I'll see what else is out there rather than committing. And then suddenly you get to a certain age and you're thinking, oh God, maybe I should have given that guy a try. And maybe if I did friend zone you, that probably would have happened.
100%.
You just don't. You really don't know. So all we're saying is...
Definitely would have regretted it.
Do you reckon?
100%.
So yeah, all we're saying is if you're single and you want to meet people, you have literally got nothing to lose. Fill out that form. I guarantee you I will only put you in a room where there's people that match your criteria. Otherwise I would not waste your time, and that is my promise to you guys. Like we wouldn't want to do it at all, because that's just 100%. Not us. So yeah, and they're really, really fun. Like, what other kind of feedback did we get that night?
A lot of people, like some people that obviously didn't find anybody, they're like, this is the best event that they've been to. Really loved it, and they're definitely going to be coming back again.
Had a laugh.
And then some people, like, you know, we've made friends off the back of it. Some people just like, just had a laugh. Yeah, people made business contacts. Everyone just had a laugh, man, just really relaxed. And I think after the first 10 minutes, I think everybody was a bit chilled.
Yeah.
Was a bit chilled out, because obviously you're walking in by yourself, not knowing what to expect. So even that in itself, I mean, you know, we stood there and said, everybody give themselves a round of applause to say well done for actually making that effort to come. Exactly. Because don't expect things to change in your life if you're not changing things in your life.
I love that, Baz. I absolutely love that. You've got to do something different to put yourself out there. I mean, there's some really, really lovely people there. That
like that day, obviously, when we obviously met in KFC, you weren't even going to go in that day to get KFC. Do you know what I mean? Like, obviously, you had an argument with and your sister.
In the car with my sister. She'd just picked me up from the train station from uni. She was in her pyjamas. I just couldn't be bothered to get. She was like, you go in. We were both arguing about who's going to go in. I was like, all right, then I'll go in. And then that's when I saw Baz in there. But imagine if I didn't go in, you might be married to Amma now. She might have went in. You might have fell in love with her.
No, no, that definitely would happen. That definitely never ever would happen. Yeah, trust me.
No, but you just don't know what could happen. So basically, just put yourselves in a situation. We will make it as chilled out as possible for you. That's what we're going to do. So yeah. The next events that we've got planned, so like I said, our next one's on Thursday, the 3rd of November. Super exciting. A city centre Birmingham location. We don't reveal the location until the people have confirmed. We only reveal it to the people that have confirmed, paid, and I've put them in that group, because we don't want any random people just to turn up and just faff around outside, because obviously we've got no control in these Birmingham locations. However, future locations we've got some really great things planned when we open up our events hall, which will be soon. Like super, I can already envision. Is that the right word? Envision what we've got planned for that, because it's a really big hall. So I'm going to put people in different groups as well, and then at the end people can mingle together. We've also got stuff that we want to do in different parts of the country as well, like up north, down south. There's so many different things that we want to do, but we're really happy to hear suggestions from you guys as well. So
just to obviously give a bit of a breakdown briefly, obviously, of what the evening entails like. So obviously, Sonny will obviously, you'll send for your form. Sonny will obviously go through. If you feel like there's people that are going to be your right matches, Sonny will obviously respond to them. Thereafter, obviously, take payment. Sonny will then obviously let you know the location. And then thereafter, once you come in, there'll be a quick registration, quick little, obviously,
We just give you
intro
a
from
sticker
us.
with your name on,
Yeah.
so obviously people know your names.
That's it. Quick intro from us. Obviously, there'll be welcome drinks on arrival and canapes as well. And that's it. Then you guys mingle for a bit, and then jump into speed dating, and then mingle towards the end.
So
I think last
speed
night, no one left. last
Yeah,
night,
it was
no one
so
left.
good. It was meant to finish at 9 o'clock. No one left till gone 12. Like people were still chilling, chatting, having drinks at the bar and stuff. It was the vibe was just electric. Honestly, it was so good. I just loved it. Tell them about that guy who you went and got for the girl at the end, because I loved that story. On the feedback form. So basically, at the end of the night, sorry, I just interrupted you. But at the end of the feedback
Don't drop
form,
any names.
Yeah, I won't drop any names. I won't do that. I'm like very, very.
Yeah.
Like, I won't put anything out there that will disclose. Even my video that I put on afterwards, I really tried to make sure that you couldn't see people that were there. Even though people might not mind, but I'm very like GDPR is of utmost importance.
Yes.
So what was I going to say? Yes, on the feedback form at the end, I just asked some questions like, what did you think of the night? What was your best part? What would you change? And things like that. And the feedback forms were all excellent, like literally 10 out of 10. It was just fantastic. But one was a lovely thing. One lady wrote, when Baz went and got the guy for me at the end. And Baz, tell them the story. I
was just obviously chatting to these couple of girls, and she was like, I was like, how was it? How did you find the evening? Like, yeah, really good, but there's someone that I didn't really get a chance to chat to, someone that really kind of caught my eye. I was like, who? And she was like, him over there, and he was literally walking out the door, and then that's it. I said, should I go and grab him now? And she was like, no, don't.
And he was like,
yeah, I was like, allow that. I said, I was going to grab him, obviously get one chance. Went back, obviously grabbed him, he came back in, and that's it. These guys were chatting for like 2 hours non-stop. But Charlie, her friend, was just sitting outside waiting.
It was just so lovely.
She was a good friend,
and
though,
it just made me, yeah, what a good friend. It just made me so happy. Like, that's just lovely, isn't it? Like, people were just chatting there, and then sometimes I'd be out chatting to a girl, and then the girl would say, oh, I really like that guy, but I'm a bit nervous to go and chat to him. Like, this is after all the speed dating thing. Then I'd go and chat to the guy and say, oh, you interested in chatting to that
And
guy?
likewise as well, at the same time, there's a couple of times as well, when Sonny, a couple of people, like, girls said, oh, yeah, don't bring that guy by me. I don't know, they might know each other through people.
Yeah.
And then we kept that separate as well. So we don't want to put anyone in the awkward situations. We already appreciate the fact that it's awkward, you already coming there, and you feeling like that. So for us, we try and, yeah, you feeling like that, but as soon as from the off when you get in there, we try and mellow it out. Don't stress about anything. You've got us to chat to, and there you go, innit?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So hopefully that gives you a little bit more insight into that. Oh, another thing that I do as well, so we get these, like, those little questions. I should have bought some in here and done some for a bit of banter in it. But you get those little questions, like speed dating question things, and then we just as like little props.
Icebreakers, isn't it?
Icebreakers, yeah. I was going to say props. So yeah, just as icebreakers for people to chat to. So just in case you run out of conversation, there's a pile of them in the middle of each table, and you can just ask each other a few questions. Shall I go and get some and just do it for a little banter and we'll end of that?
I'll
go and get 5.
No,
five. Go on, please.
That's cool.
Okay, we'll do that another time. But they're actually really fun, cute ones. Something like,
that fun.
Off the top of my head, what's one? Like, would you rather wrestle a shark or, I don't know, I've forgotten. I've literally forgotten. Do you remember any?
No,
Some of them were a bit like, what? I don't know anything about myself. So someone's like, if you could be any superhero in the world, what could it be? And and your mind just goes blank. But like, obviously, you put loads in the middle. So yeah, that's something that we do as well.
Cool.
But yeah, anything else?
That's it, really. That's it in a nutshell.
So yeah, so if anyone's interested, share the link, spread the word. Let people find love, because we all know it's hard enough to just even do day-to-day stuff rather than just going out and meeting the one. You never know how you're going to find the one. And yeah, just...
That's it, good luck, and then hopefully you guys can, leave with a headache like me.
That's sad. That's not selling marriage to people.
No, it ain't.
What would you say is your best thing about marriage? Let's end it on something positive.
How long have we been recording for?
Like, just sell the marriage.
Yeah, I don't think this was something we should really ask now.
Why just that? What do you think? What would you say to... Okay, maybe not that then, if you can't think of anything.
What would you say to me? What's your best thing about marriage? No, obviously, look, at the end of the day, you've got... I believe that, I've got... Shit, this is really hard.
Oh my God, this is really awkward. I might apply myself to the next bloody singles night. Is this actually for real?
What would you say?
I would say it's the best thing about marriage is always feeling like I've got someone there.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Constantly feeling like you're not alone. It's lovely. Like, just anything, even if you have a miserable day, a great day, just someone to always share something with throughout the day.
You've got someone who's always got your back, which is the main thing. And yeah, you've got someone that you can talk to and just discuss of your life in it and your plans. And the thing is, what I always believe is, a lot of people, they always say like, oh, don't know when the time is to get married. I've been with people for a while, or, been with this person for a while and stuff. I always say it's easier to grow and get to your life goal together than it is just by yourself.
Exactly.
So I think that's something that, you know,
So
is
that's
good.
what you want to do. You want to find someone that you can grow with. That's why we really try hard to match people with the
Somebody
right
you can grow with,
profiles.
somebody you can have a laugh with, somebody you can be silly with, somebody you can be serious with. You know, if you're finding that partner, which obviously I have found, you know, we're very fortunate, and yeah, man, that's what it's all
And
about.
you're only going to find that person if you put yourself in situations to find that person, guys. So just always think of it as you have nothing to lose other than just having a laugh. Like literally, you're just going to have a laugh. What would you say is your biggest tip for like a relationship, like finding someone? Like, how would you say you wooed me?
I didn't really have to do much, to be honest. I stood there and just like, yo, and she was like,
That's not true at all.
I was like, what are you saying? You're like, what are you saying?
I question myself. I feel like that we made a lot of time for each other. Like I feel like if it was like a long distance thing, I don't know if it would have worked. I think it really worked. The fact that we literally.
Well, it was kind of long distance because I was fucking constantly bloody driving to Leicester every day.
No, but then we like constantly like literally in Wolves. We live around the corner from each other. And then when I was in Leicester, you were in Leicester. So I feel like we spent a lot of time like going out on dates, doing nice things. Whereas I think if you leave it too long, then that it can fizzle out. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
what do you think?
Potentially, I don't know.
Yeah,
I think
I think we both went in.
we're lucky. Obviously, we're 19, and obviously we grew together.
Yeah,
that was the
and I think
difference.
that's another thing about these singles nights. What you know is the people that are going to be there, they're looking for a committed relationship. They're not looking for a bit of fun. They're not looking for a bit of just frolicking around or whatever the word is. They're looking for a committed relationship. So if that's what you're looking for, you want to go somewhere where you know that these people are actually looking for something serious, not someone who's just going to mess around. Whereas we went into it knowing that it was to be committed to each
definitely.
other. So that's a real key thing there. But yeah, anyway, hopefully, is there anything else you want to add?
No, that's it. I think we're all kind of good to go, really, isn't it?
Hopefully that was a good insight into our singles nights.
And hopefully we'll see some of you guys there, innit, on the 3rd.
And you know, that's another great thing, meeting people that like follow our journey behind the scenes aside from the singles nights as well. That's really, really lovely. So yeah, do share with other people.
Please do.
And yeah, hopefully see you all there, and hopefully you all make wonderful connections.
That's it, guys. Thank you very much, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Peace.